Okay, welcome to Taste of Thursday, and we'll be making easy air fryer muffins, and then we'll make air fryer salmon with crispy Brussels sprouts with bacon. Okay, now we'll get started. We've mixed the flour, the baking powder, and the salt in one bowl. And then we've mixed the egg, sugar, milk, vanilla, and melted butter in the other bowl. And now we're going to slowly fold in the dry ingredients. Until it gets mixed. Here we go. Once we get that mixed, we're going to go ahead and mix in the half a cup of fruit. We're going to use blueberries. You can use any kind of fruit, not bananas or applesauce. So there we go. And then we're going to fill 6 of the silicone liners evenly, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we filled the 6 silicone liners, and now we preheated at 300 for 5 minutes, and we're going to cook them at 300 degrees for 12 minutes. And after a couple minutes in, I'm going to turn them so they rise evenly. Alright, be right back. Alright, we had to cook them a little bit longer. They're done. I put a toothpick in to make sure they were done. And there you go. Blueberry muffins in the air fryer. Now we're going to get ready to cook salmon and Brussels sprouts with bacon. We'll be right back. Okay, we've taken a pound of Brussels sprouts and cleaned them and cut them in half. Then we put a tablespoon of avocado oil, a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And shaking it all around so it coated everything. And then we cut up 12 ounces of bacon. And we're going to put that in there. And then we will shake it around and get that mixed up. Maybe we'll stir it. This is not very good bacon that I bought. Alright, we'll stir it all up. Eesh. Very stringy instead of little pieces like it should be. Now we preheated the air fryer to 400 degrees for 5 minutes, and we will go ahead and put a layer in there. Just a thin layer. And we'll put it back in, and we're going to cook it approximately 12 minutes, and halfway through we'll flip it in there. So we'll be back to check on that. Okay, and here's the Brussels sprouts with bacon, crispy Brussels sprouts with bacon. And it tastes very good. I tasted it already. This is a good recipe. Okay, we'll be back and cook the salmon. Okay, now we're going to cook the salmon. We've got 2 fillets. I cut them in half because they won't fit in here. Preheated to 400 degrees for 5 minutes. We are going to put melted butter on the salmon fillets. And then we have mixed a teaspoon of garlic powder and a half a teaspoon of paprika, and a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a teaspoon of salt together. And once we get this all right, we've mixed it together in here. And it says to be generous with the seasoning. There we go. We're going to put a piece of foil, thick foil, like an aluminum pan that I cut a shape out of. We're going to put that in here, and we're going to spray it with avocado oil, and then we're going to put skin side down the two pieces. We're going to put it in at 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, the salmon is done in the air fryer. We cooked it at 400 for 12 to 14 minutes, and taste it here. Ooh, the skin side is down. That's good. You'll have to try that salmon in the air fryer. Okay. We'll be back in the fall with Taste of Thursday.